What up, YouTube? It's been quite a while since I've made any type of video. Um, Times change, life goes on, things change. I've changed jobs, moved, done a bunch of stuff probably since my last uploads, and acquired some different cars. So this is my new daily driver. It's a 02 Audi A4 Avant, the 1.8 turbo and a 5-speed. I just wanted something to beat around town. I drive mostly, quote unquote city driving now, so this thing's already got some battle wounds and scars, as you can see, and there's little dents and boo-boos here and there, so I'm not too, I'm not as upset about it as if it were a newer car or whatever. But regardless, it's got 18-inch Audi rotor style wheels. They're replicas, again, going with the theme of cheap, effective, daily type thing. Looks pretty good. Eventually I'll lower it a little bit, make it look a little nicer. But one big thing with this car is that I definitely want to get back into audio stuff a bit, so I don't mind the torn up seat. But I'm going to start doing some audio stuff again. It's been quite a while. So recently went through the car. It came with this head unit. It's a Kenwood, shucks, there you go, KDC BT31. Decent little deck. 3 volts, 3 sets of 2.5 volt pre-outs. All the stuff you need. Got a little whatever brand bass knob stuck to the cubby here, just so it's easily accessible. But the wires run out the back of the cubby. This is the, for any Audi A4 people, this is the Enfig car audio, ENFIG. Dash kit. 100% get this dash kit over any Scosche Metro product for this car. The Metro and Scosche units, basically the way they clip into the thing, the carrier for the deck, you cannot remove the cage once you've installed it the first time. The deck will not allow you to push in the tabs, so you essentially just have to break it the first time after you mount it. So much better kit. Got a little Stinger voltmeter mounted down there, completely, hideable, down on the bottom tray. Just runs off accessory. Pretty stock otherwise. Got a little pressure gauge I've added. These 1.8 turbos have issues with that. Basically, sorry about that. It's got 2 runs of 0 gauge and a run of power and ground through the back. And then, if you let me get a light real quick. I'll try to get some light shit on this thing back here. So basically back here I got the same setup I had in my GTI. I literally just took the stuff out of here and put it in here just to have some noise for now. The setup in here is just a single Sundown E version 5.8. It's a dual 2 wired up to 4 ohm, bridged on a Precision P600.2. All that stuff is kind of down here. Let me see if I can turn the flash on real quick. I don't know if that's a thing, but you can see the extra wire. I didn't want to cut all the wire down to length yet because I'm not exactly positive where everything's going to go. Shucks. Let me see if I can't get a better light situation going on. Sorry about that. But yeah, basically under here, you can kind of see up under there I've got the Precision P600.2 Just some little cheap distros to go from the 2 runs of 0 gauge down to 4 gauge. And then I've got 2 pairs of the Sundown Audio 2-channel RCAs. Just a little side note, I'd never really run nice RCAs before in that sense. I'd always just run, you know, cheap stuff or whatever. Those Sundown RCAs are nutty good in quality. They're really nice. Really well jacketed and everything, which makes it run well. But in terms of running down the trim panels and stuff, you don't have to worry about if you tug on them a bit, if they're going to break or get chafed or whatever. But yeah, overall, this is more of like an introduction to the car. I do hope to do, as this thing progresses, a little bit more updates and stuff. I just kind of find it fun to post about a car like that. Like I said, right now we got the deck, base knob, voltmeter, the 600.2 bridged on the E8, and that's all that's in the car right now. I have a set of Alpine Type S components that are going to go in the front doors for now. We'll see how I like them. If I like them, they'll stay. If I'm not a big fan, they'll eventually get moved to the back doors, and I'll get something nicer for the front doors. All the mids and highs are going to be run off that P600.2 that's currently running the sub. And then from there, basically the intentions are we're going to take this guy out, sell it. It'll be for sale. It actually technically is for sale now, but I expect by the time anybody looks at this video, it'll likely be gone. But that'll go. And then we're going to run 2 of the Audio Pipe APMI 1500s. Intended at 0.5 ohm per amp. You know, obviously, anybody familiar with my channel or me in general, I've used those amps a lot. And yeah, they're cheap. Yeah, they're not the cleanest thing in the world, but for the money, $1 per watt, it's hard to beat them functionality wise. You know, and it's kind of what I'm all about. I'm about getting stuff done, you know, quickly on a good dime, but in a good way. You know, I'm not going to half-ass stuff. I'm not going to run freaking wires through my fenders and things. I'll take my time and route all my wiring right, make it look nice, make it look professional, make it look like you want to, and be set up like you want to. But there's no need to spend, in my opinion, unnecessary money where it's not necessarily going to benefit you. So I've got some supplies over here. Not going too crazy yet. I just got 3 little 2x4 sheets of 1/2 inch MDF, some clamps and stuff, and then just a piece of small angle iron that I'm going to use as a straight edge. Basically the plan is here. The next plan, and I'm actually going to start working on that this weekend, so it might be another video coming out here in the next couple days. This floor, as you can see, basically comes, I don't know, this is probably 2.5 inches on both sides that it, you know, rests inside of. That's nice to leave it flush and all. Basically what that causes is, since it sets down in that lip and this is all flush, it sits a little lower to that lower compartment where the amp is than I would like it to if I'm going to use it for that. So I'm going to make a floor, basically take a piece of that 2x4 or 2 foot by 4 foot sheet, run one of the pieces, you know, 2 foot this way, and go all the way to the wall, so that way it'll set up on top of that edge instead, which will give me that extra 3/4 of an inch or whatever it works out to be of height for all the stuff down underneath. So it'll be one piece there, and then another piece out here that'll have the curve, you know, kind of cut to match the back trim. And I'll just use this guy as essentially as a perfect guide in terms of length this way and curve this way. I'll just be making it out of 2 strips that are slightly longer than one another. So that's on the docket. I've ordered some carpet to wrap that in as well. I'm also down underneath there, because I'm gaining all that extra space. I'm going to work on making a board to mount all the stuff down there on. Right now I literally just have it velcroed to the plastic tray that's down there, which works, but I'd rather have it, you know, all mounted nicely. So that's what all that's for. After I get that, one of my 2 Audio Pipe minis that I plan to run will be here tomorrow. I already have the Type S components, So they'll be going in the front doors. I'll be running 14 gauge speaker wire from the back up to the front on each side to provide signal for those. The Type S's, the speaker wire, the floor, the amp board, and then basically what I'm going to be doing for the immediate future is I'm going to be installing one of the 1500s underneath, the one I got so far, to just run this 8 for now, and then until I figure out what I want to do long term with sub stuff. Not really sure what I want to do. Obviously the thing's got a bit of room. I don't know that I want to use all of it. Like I said, it is a daily. It is kind of utilitarian for me. I'd like to have some space if I need it. So I've been humoring everything from 212s to 310s to 410s to 215s to 412s again. Again, anybody who knows my history, I've got a lot of time and setups running 412s. It's a setup I liked a lot, spent a lot of time with. So I think it'd be kind of cool to get back there. But I also spent quite a bit of times with 215s. So anyway, sorry for the ramble, sorry for the long video. Anybody who did watch the whole thing, you know, I appreciate you sticking by. And you know, if you choose to watch any of the future videos I put up on this thing, awesome. If nothing else, if any of the future videos can help anybody with an Audi A4 or with any of the components I end up using, if it helps you teach anything, that's you know, something anyway. So regardless, like I said, I'll be posting update videos on this as I get stuff going. Like I said, I'll be doing the components, the amp mounting board, the subfloor, carpeting the amp board, running the speaker wire down the sides, tuning that amp for the components, tuning the new audio pipe amp for the sub side. I'll be doing all that this weekend, and I'll probably be filming that as I can. So anyway, appreciate you guys watching. I'll be sure to keep you posted, and hopefully you can see some more progress on this thing coming up soon. Thanks.